Hey everyone, welcome back to another Python programming lesson. It's been a while, but I hope you guys are eager to learn more about Python programming. Today I'm going to show you guys basic operators and user input. For the first section, I'm going to do user input. So I'm going to have a line, and it's going to say print, and then it's going to print out a statement to the user where it's like hello and asking them a question, what is your name? The following line, I'm just going to have a variable assigned, say name, and we're going to use the input function. And this is built into Python programming. And that's going to give us the option to kind of type in something and have that value or information stored as the variable name. And lastly, I'm going to print out a response statement from the computer, like hi, and then our name, which is what we will be storing it as. So here, when I run the code, it's like, hello, what is your name? On the next line, I'm going to enter my name, Samuel. When I hit enter, it will then print out the response, hi, Samuel. Now notice that this is 3 lines of code. Now there's a way to simplify it and use only 2, so let's try to say like a variable age and then equal to input. And inside those parentheses of input, we'll ask our question. So we'll say, how old are you? I'm going to do a space because if it's not a space, it'll be right after the question mark. And then after this line, I'm going to just print out the response, like something like, wow, you do not look, and then the variable age. Now, based on your input, that could be a good thing or bad thing, how you take it, but just to give you guys a quick understanding on how it works. So here, I run the code, how old are you? I'm going to enter 24, and then the response is, wow, you do not look 24. And let's do one more attempt. So, excuse me. Let's say we want to figure out your age by giving the computer the year we were born in. So we're going to have a variable called born, and then input again, and in the parentheses we'll ask what year were you born in. And then we'll do a quick little formula where it's going to be another variable age, and it's going to be the current year, 2023, minus born. And then we'll print out, are you this age, minus 1, or age. And the reason being is based on the time of day or time throughout the calendar year, your birthday may not have happened yet. So just to be more accurate in this statement. So yeah, and if I run this code and I enter in what year were you born in, I actually get an error message. And the reason for this is because when I enter in for the variable variable born, the input is stored as a string. So when we do the age formula of 2023 or 2023, it's an integer minus a string. So we actually have to change the variable born to an integer. And now with that little change on line 6, we should be able to function properly. So when I put in 1998, it says, are you 24 or 25? Alright, so now let's get into some basic operators. So basic operators are stuff like addition, then there's subtraction, and then the last 2 I'll cover is just multiplication and division. So fairly straightforward. If you're learning programming, I would assume that you are familiar with these 4 basic operators. So let me just type in this comment real quick just to give you kind of a nice structure in the code. So now I'm going to create a variable called num1, and then let's that equal to 5, the integer 5, and num2 equals, let's say, 3. And now I'm just going to print out how these operators work and how simple it is. So if I do like num1, I do the operator plus, and then plus 2, or num2, you'll see when I run it, 8 is printed out at the bottom. Now if I do subtraction, I'll get the value 2. If I do multiplication, I'll get 15. And lastly, if I do division, I get a lot of remainders at the end. So it's really interesting to see that even though you're dividing a integer by an integer, you get a bunch of decimals. Now let's see if I do 6 divided by 3, and that's 2. However, we still get a float, which is a value with decimal points.